Hello, guys. Hopefully, you all are doing well, and welcome to the HE podcast. Today, we are gonna have a bit of a different episode. It's gonna be much more heavy tone. Today, I am here joined with the Political Science Society head, President, Mr. Arman Khrimian. We are gonna be discussing the tragic situation that is, let us say, taking our nation by storm. Artsakh is being bombed as of September 19, 2023, by Azerbaijan, specifically Stepanakert and Askeran, and our heart goes out to the people of our nation.
Quite tragic developments unfolding in the Caucasian Mountains in the Artsakh region. And it's very worth noting that as of yesterday, before the escalations, the only road leading to Artsakh from Armenia was blockaded, the Lachin corridor. And it's very worth noting that the people inside Artsakh, the 120,000 citizens of Artsakh, are significantly weakened by the lack of food, medicine, and just all around it's a tragic situation.
Definitely, I agree with you, and especially as a psychology major. I can't imagine the mental state today. Not, forget even the mental. Think about the physical state. Think about what they're experiencing. They don't have
Definitely.
food. They don't have food. The only road
For months now.
for months. It's been over 5 months. It's been almost half a year. This is insane. No, the only road that connects us to Artsakh, it's been blockaded. We have no way of sending any help. There, there are 120,000 people, if I'm not mistaken, who are suffering. They have nothing. They have, as you said, no food, no medicine, no way to get those. And I mean, I can't think, no, how would you continue there? No, I'm trying to think how, if us were there, we are privileged. They were sitting here in front of a camera, we're discussing this. Imagine the people there thinking, how are we going to survive? Where is hope going to come from? I can only think of God in this moment, me personally, because we definitely need help.
We do.
By whoever, by the way, it doesn't matter what your stance is on the situation.
Exactly.
All of this is completely irrelevant. These things don't matter. We're in a die. We need help. Our people need help.
We do. We are in desperate need of help, whoever will be offering it, because I think the moment such situations unfold, I think politics should go out the window. And I saw a quote actually that represents the situation, the morbidity of the situation very clearly. During the days of the blockade of the Lachin corridor, children had the dream of what they would eat the next day, if they would eat.
It's not even
Now,
clear if they will, yes.
now it's the dream is to stay alive by the next day, however the situation unfolds. So it is very dire, and our hearts and prayers are with the people of Artsakh.
Definitely, because it seems to me that this is an attempt to cleanse the people of Artsakh.
Definitely.
It's an attempt, and you can see this through the efforts of Azerbaijan to make it seem like the situation is not as bad as it is. For example, you remember, right? Man showed pictures of children eating cookies. So what is that? That's the biggest joke of the last decade.
That's inhumanity. That's inhumanity.
Like that's inhumanity. That's manipulation and bending of truth to the highest of order. It is disrespectful to the kids who don't have a piece of bread to show them pictures of them eating cookies.
The problem is they don't care.
Of course
They don't care because they know they are in a position where they will suffer minimal to no consequences for their
Because there
actions.
is no consequence. Yes.
Due to inaction.
It's unfortunate. I understand if politically there are perspectives, there are always gains and losses. It's not always humanitarian. But my question would be, what are the humanitarian organizations doing about this? I haven't seen much related to this issue, me personally. Like maybe the news is very recent, it's been only a day, maybe we'll see more. But I expect from certain groups, certain organizations, certain NGOs to contribute to this. Where are they when there is serious situations here? Where are they? I see them talking about the smallest, most insignificant situations. And when people are dying in our country, everyone is silent. They don't care. I have questions. For me, it is very questionable.
Precisely. I think you pointed out the problematic nature of the situation. We've come to a point where we're constantly raising awareness. But what's that awareness for if it's not going to lead to something? Let's assume everyone is aware, but no action is taken. What then? What then of the people? We have people suffering by the second. By the second, right now, there are probably bombs dropping all over Stepanakert, and we're discussing this.
And we can't even it's one of the most tragic things about being here in Lebanon. We are very privileged here. As
Yeah.
much as the situation in Lebanon is not perfect, relative to what's happening in our side, it's
Of
privilege.
course not. We
And
praise the Lord for our
yes,
situation.
yes. And it aches my heart that we're sitting here talking and we can do nothing. And
Definitely.
we can definitely we can do nothing. I mean, the best we can do is raise awareness, discuss about the issue, maybe even try to send some sort of donation, say a prayer to God. Other than that, physically we can do nothing. Very unfortunately, and I think in the next couple of hours the situation will even develop further. I'm a bit pessimistic regarding this issue. Maybe, of course, as a politics major, you will understand much more about this. Uh, but I'm not extremely optimistic, to be completely honest. For me, this doesn't look good.
As an optimist myself, I must admit it is hard not to be pessimistic in this situation. When reality is unfolding by the minute, don't show any signs of hope for the next few days, few weeks, few months, and hopefully not years, but probably years. Uh, the situation is very, very dire. Very dire. We've just received breaking news. I'm going to read this from the Instagram page of 301 Armenian. Artsakh accepts ceasefire agreement, agrees to disarm the defense army of Artsakh.
This is quite tough, uh, especially in the understanding that most probably it's a ceasefire, but we all know how the world works.
Uh, the implications of this are very heavy. There are many. You mentioned ceasefire, however, we should remember that this was just an agreement to disarm. The ceasefire has not exactly been applied, and the possibility of there still being bombs dropped over Stepanakert and other Artsakh regions is very much a reality. For the future, this, as we were saying, does not hold any hope or any optimistic developments. We must
stay hopeful. We definitely must stay hopeful because, I mean, listen, as pessimistic as we are, pessimism is not necessarily something that gets you results. On the other hand, I personally believe that optimism, especially when you're stuck in the situation, might somehow help. This is a very naive perspective, I know, but it is what it is. It is very difficult.
I agree.
This last news that you just read is completely tragic, as expected as it was. To be completely honest, it's completely tragic because at the end of the day, Artsakh is Armenia for me. I don't care what is written on papers. I don't care what different nations really recognize. None of it matters to me. To be completely honest, as an Armenian, for me, Artsakh is Armenia, and I will stand on this stance firmly. And nobody can convince me otherwise. To be completely honest.
I agree. I agree with the sentiments, and particularly about the part with pessimism. Pessimism will not get us anywhere. Uh, if we're stuck on the negatives, then there is no forward. The only way we can shake it off is by going forward. And as tragic as the news is at the moment, we must remain hopeful. If we do not have hope, then we have nothing. Especially as a Christian people, we have God on our side, no matter what. We've been through many occurrences where we said This is the last.
This is the end.
This is the end, and we're still here. We're here today. We were here yesterday, and we will be here tomorrow.
Yes, and as a last note, I would like to ask everyone watching to say a prayer for our nation, for Artsakh, and to spread the news that this is horrible, this is tragic, this is wrong on every level, especially on human level. This is wrong. And with that, I would like to conclude this heavy episode. Thank you, President of Political Science Society, Arman, for joining us with this podcast. I know it was a bit heavy for you as you were also planning to do something related to this,
Yes.
but as per the circumstance,
It's best to hold
it's
off.
it's best to postpone. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you all.